Before we start, if you enjoy this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe. And let's jump right in. And this is a continuation of the saga, Apple versus Epic. Apple has filed a injunction claiming that they need more time before they allow third-party developers to start implementing third-party access into their apps. So essentially, the judge said Apple cannot stop developers from putting third-party, payment options or just access to other third-party services in their app. But Apple was very salty about that because they're going to lose a lot of money. And they put an injunction, and they're trying to stop it for years to come. So, obviously, a lot of developers were excited, right? Because they're like, finally, we can make some more money off of our apps, instead of giving it all to Apple. But now, this hasn't been ruled, all right? This hasn't been ruled. But I'm going to go out on a ledge here and say that the judge is going to side with Apple.
In the appeal?
In this injunction, yeah.
But
we don't know. We don't know.
But I guess. Go ahead. Sorry.
I just want to read how much they make off of the store, so you can see why they're so against this, right? Where is it? There was a number in here that I read. Maybe that was it. Oh, here we go. If app makers are ultimately able to build their own customers directly without using Apple's in-app purchase systems, it would threaten a profit engine for the company. The App Store, in part of the company's services businesses, which reported $53.8 billion in sales during 2020 at 66% gross margin, accounting for 20% of Apple's revenue. So that's 20% of their revenue. Now, is all that 53% in-app purchases? Probably not. There's a lot of that's just buying the game, right? So they're going to keep all that revenue. They're going to lose. They're not going to lose all of them. Some people are still going to farm it out to Apple because they don't want to make their own store.
Yes.
But a lot of people, the bigger companies, aren't because they have the resources to do that, right?
Well,
so they're going to do the microtransactions on their own services, which is what Epic was trying to do.
Well, my question is, how come? Maybe I'm not going to be saying this correctly, but maybe you can help me with my train of thought. Is how come we have money applications, money trading applications, kind of like I have Navy Federal Credit Union,
Robinhood,
but I'm just saying like a banking institution or even money like and by trading I mean like money like going from one person or one user to another.
Yeah.
So PayPal, Venmo are examples. And I mean, Apple isn't getting a percentage of each transaction that occurs between people in those kinds of applications.
Yes, that's a good point.
So how come a video game requires, or at least, the developer of a video game requires to give a percentage of a transaction of a digital product within the game that's already being kind of like taken, a percentage of money is already taken from Apple or given to Apple. How come that's the case? And I guess that's what this case is about. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, so I find it hard. I find it hard for the appeal to work if Apple is allowing these kinds of banking institution applications or money. What's the term? These transactional applications to allow these kinds of transactions without being charged.
Yeah.
I find it difficult to have a foot to stand on there.
Yeah, they're definitely singling out entertainment apps. Yeah, they're definitely singling out.
Yeah. Do they get a percentage of, let's say, Amazon? I'm using the Amazon application and I'm making a purchase. Do they get a percentage of that?
I highly doubt it.
Exactly.
I don't.
And let's just say let's not even say for an actual physical good. How about a digital good? I'm like on Prime Video and I'm renting a video.
Yeah.
And that's a similar situation with a game.
Yes. and they're and don't get me wrong, they have their own Apple TV, right?
Yes,
So that's how they compete with that market, right?
Ted Lasso is a good show.
Yeah, I heard, but I don't have Apple TV, so I can't watch it.
You can watch it off of your PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5.
Okay.
I actually have the Apple TV app is available on both of those,
Okay.
and I believe the first season is free.
Okay.
So
Um,
not an endorsement,
Yeah.
especially when we're like attacking Apple.
Yeah.
But the show's actually pretty
but we're
good.
not really attacking him. We're just making a reasonable point here.
Fair enough. Yeah.
We're not really like we're not saying Apple's an evil company and we should shut them down.
I'm kidding. I'm
yeah,
kidding.
that's fine. No, but yeah, they're definitely very heavy-handed with entertainment apps like games, and it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't square.
Yeah.
And I agree with the judge's ruling. We both did, but
Yeah.
they're trying to block it. So we'll see what the judge does. But I think they should just accept it and move on. Now,
get their shekels in another way.
Yeah, get their shekels in another way. Now, that being said, obviously they're going to do everything in their power to stop it. But, Epic, they're really the company to make this happen, right? Because
They have the resources to
they
attack
they
Apple.
actually have the resource. Imagine an indie developer taking up this suit.
Wouldn't be able to do it.
It wouldn't be able to.
Pro bono.
Yeah. Now, that being said, at the end of the day, if the judge does not side with them and game makers start coming out with these third-party payments in their apps, and Apple is so salty, they do what they're doing to Fortnite. They shut them down and kick them off the store.
Well,
Because they can do that.
well,
It's their store,
you bring
right?
up a point here, and
Yeah.
this is something that I guess might be different a little bit in games. And I'm thinking about when I don't have an iPad anymore. I used to love my iPad, but I would play these games, and I forget what game it was. But there was the game that you would download. You would download the application either for a small fee or for free.
Mhm.
And then within the game itself, you could unlock, you didn't have to go back to the App Store.
Yeah.
You can unlock the rest of the game. So I could see how someone could game the system by like, hey, you get this application for free and we have it for free on the App Store, what have you. But then within the microtransaction, what have you, they can, charge for however much.
Yeah.
And then Apple wouldn't get a percentage of that. And that would be kind of like sidelining Apple, wouldn't that?
Yes and no. No, it would not sideline them in the sense that that user is still using an Apple product which they had to buy.
Fair.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're getting their money anyways, right?
Well, they're getting their money in terms of the hardware, but
Yeah,
what about the
yeah.
software? The whole
Well,
the whole issue of the developer not paying their due.
As long as they're on the ecosystem, they have a chance to make money, right? As long as they keep that user engaged, they have a chance to make money, right?
Okay.
Because what is the like users are the most valuable thing, right?
Yes.
So they still keep the
Are they?
user. Unfortunately, yes. We've become the commodity.
Yeah.
They still keep the user. They still get to sell their hardware. So it's like, I'm not going to cry a river for them, but we'll see. Maybe they're able to somehow make a rule where it's like, if you're a free game, you can't sell in-app, or if you're a paid game, you can't sell. I don't know. I don't know because this case is still ongoing. You know what I mean?
Of course. No,
Things
it'll be
can
interesting to
change.
see what
Yeah,
happens.
It'll be interesting. But yeah, they're definitely stalling it, and they're definitely trying to keep this thing going on as long as they can. That being said, Epic is a big company, and I think they can handle it. They can handle the cost of a drag out lawsuit.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of Games I Speak. If you liked the episode, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.